The seventh lecture, Lexical Problems of Translation. Lecture class plan. The first, handling context-free words. The second, handling equivalent lacking words. The third, handling translators' false friends. Handling context-free words. As a rule, the object of translation is not a list of separate lexical units, but a coherent text in which the source language words make up an integral whole. Third, each word in the language has its own meaning. The actual information it conveys in a text depends to a great extent on its contextual environment. Generally speaking, the meaning of any word in the text cannot be understood and translated without due regard to the specific context in which it is actualized. Context-free words have an important role to play in the translating process. They usually have permanent equivalents in target language, which, in most cases, can be used in target text. The translator is thus provided with reference points, helping him to choose the appropriate translation variants. Handling equivalent lacking words. Many English words have no regular equivalents, and a number of techniques has been suggested for rendering the meanings of such equivalent lacking words in target text. Now the practicing translator most often has to resort to such techniques when he comes across some new coined words in the source text or deals with names of objects or phenomena unknown to the target language community. A large group of equivalent lacking English words includes words of general semantics which may have a great number of substitutes in Russian which cannot be listed or enumerated. Handling translators' false friends. There are words in the source and target languages which are more or less similar in form. Such words are of great interest to the translator since he is naturally inclined to take this formal similarity for the semantic proximity and to regard the words that look alike as permanent equivalents. The formal similarity is usually the result of the two words having the common origin mainly derived from either Greek or Latin. Since such words can be found in a number of languages, they are referred to as international. The pseudo-international words can be classified in two main groups. The first, there are words which are similar in form but completely different in meaning. Here the risk of making a bad mistake is very great whenever the translator fails to consult his dictionary. And the second, there are many pseudo-international words which are not fully interchangeable, so there are some common elements in their semantics. They may become the false friends if the translator substitutes one of them for the other without due regard to the difference in their meaning or to the way the English word is used in the particular context. Translation is not only a linguistic act, it is also a cultural one, an act of communication across cultures. Translation always involves both language and culture, simply because the two cannot really be separated. Language is culturally embedded. It both expresses and shapes cultural reality and the meanings of linguistic items. Be they words or larger segments of text, can only be understood when considered together with the cultural context in which these linguistic items are used. She then sums up with the statement that in the process of translation, therefore, not only the two languages but also the two cultures come into contact. In this sense, translating is a form of intercultural communication. The lecture is over.